whatever you do successful, before you sit there and pat yourself on the back and say, boy, I really nailed that. You do not say that. You say, how could I be better? Knowing what I know now, if I go back in a DeLorean 3 months ago, how could I make this more impactful? If I hit a 468-foot home run to win the game, boy, I wonder how I could have done 470. What would I do now, in the moment, when it's most fresh? How can I critique it to make it better? Second thing is you correct failure. So many times there's a philosophy of, if I get it wrong, I'm going to be punished, right? I'm going to be disciplined or something. And I don't believe in punishing mistakes. You just correct mistakes, right? Somebody makes a decision based on core information, say, this is what I believe in, this is what I'm going to do. If they're wrong, that's great. Because they're showing effort, they're trying, right? How many entrepreneurs fail because they don't try enough, right? So you push more failure. You use the baseball analogy of the Mendoza line, right? To stay in baseball for a whole career, you just got to bat 250, right? I think it's like 238 actually. Well, that means you're going to get out 75% of the time, right? You're going to fail. So swing away.
Yeah.
The third one is celebrate growth. And this is, people ask this all the time. They're like, why do you celebrate growth and not celebrate success? And I say, look, God expects you to be successful. Expects you. Doesn't mean He expects you to be a billionaire, but He expects you to be successful in your own sphere, in whatever way that is. So why would you ever celebrate meeting expectations? You wouldn't. It gives you a false sense of entitlement of your own glory, right? So I do not encourage, hey, you nailed it, let's celebrate. We celebrate growth, because growth is a choice. Growth is hard. Growth is when I did fire that I'm not trying to pick on you, right? But your story was great. But you know, when you do, hey, I had this person that I was super close to that I could never hold them accountable, and I did. Okay, now celebrate that. Go out to dinner with your family with that. Because the growth is putting more plates on the bench press. You had to choose that. That's what you celebrate. That's what God wants from all of us, right? He expects you to be successful. You don't get to change that. But growth is your choice. He gives you the agency to say, well, are you going to grow or not? And then the last one is you crush mediocrity, right? And I use a power verb there on purpose. One, because it met with the 4 C's, so it was very marketable. It was like super cool. Okay? But you crush mediocrity. You guys are in Florida, so you'll get this. You've had a bug in your house before. Yeah, you guys have seen a bug before. They're usually pretty sizable, right? That's a Florida problem. We didn't know. That wasn't on the brochure when we moved here.
They didn't tell you that.
Yeah.
We take bugs instead of snow.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and depending on the screaming, sometimes I take the snow, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So when you see a bug in the house, and it does, you hear people scream, "Take care of this! Take care of this!" And so I have a flip-flop in my closet. It's the bug flip-flop, right? Many people have this.
Good.
Yeah, okay, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
They work well.
Yeah, when you see that bug, what do? Do you sit there and flick it? No, you
Smash it.
Yeah, you just eliminate it. You crush it. Because you know if you don't hit it hard enough, that bug's going to go tell all of his friends, that guy's a wimp. Let's go, right? We got a new one. We got an easy house. But if you crush it, I always envision there's all these other bugs like peeking over a corner like, darn it, Joey just got crushed. Let's get out of here, right? This guy doesn't mess around. I don't want that flip-flop. That's the mentality you have with mediocrity in your life, right? And what's crazy is we're all infected with it. We're all infected when we're about 5 years old, and it usually comes in our insecurities, our fears, our vices, and those things happen. You crush them. You just see it and say, no.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to God, I'm going to help, and we're just crush this thing in a violent way. You know, one of my funny stories is I have this client of mine, he runs a real estate business out west, and I walked him through the 4 C's, and we went over and over and over and over and over. And then one morning he texts me and he goes, hey, my wife got really mad at you last night. And I was like, why? He goes, well, we were resting, and I kind of shirked and loafed kind of the last part of the day. I didn't make the calls, I didn't do this. I was sitting in bed, and I just got mad at myself, and I just went, wham! And he goes, I slapped my leg. I said, no more! He goes, I just yelled it out. And my wife, started work, she was asleep. He's like, what are you doing? He goes, well, let me talk to you through the 4 C's, whatever. She goes, you're an idiot, Don's an idiot, go to bed. Right? And so that's what it is. That's what the 4 C's are. When you come to our MoneySolver office, it's actually all over the wall, stenciled on the wall. We have training videos on it. We make every single person there learn it and understand it. Because it's not something you check off, it's something you work on always. And it's changed my life and changed, I believe, many more.
So just,
And John brings up a really great point. Okay, the biggest problem with business owners and consumers, anybody doing anything, is actually not spending money. People don't mind spending money. John spends plenty of money, right? Okay, everybody does. The hard thing they have is making decisions. Okay, and that's the thing you have to wrestle in your head from a sales and marketing perspective. Is I'm not going to try to get them to spend money. They will give me money freely when I've convinced them to make a decision. Okay, that's what I have to do. But think about how many people spend money on gambling and pornography in this world alone. Okay, but then they come around and say, "Well, I don't have enough money for food." Okay, well, sure you do, but you just have a decision-making problem, right?
yeah,
That's your problem.
Good point, yeah.
And so John says, "I don't like to fill out a form," but then he, in the same story, said, "I gave some information for a refi." Okay,
Yeah, right.
so if all you have to do is figure out what it takes to get him to make a decision. So maybe I put up a site that says for somebody like John, "Hey, you can get free information on how to make a ministry better. I'm going to send it to you if you'll just fill out a couple pieces of information." Well, now, God, I want to do that. I want that free PDF. That'll help me make a decision, right? Or, God, I want a free quote. Hey, get a free quote. By the way, with that, we're going to give you the 10 things to avoid when hiring a roofing company. Well, God, I want that. I'll do that because that helps me make a decision, right? That process
That's
is
a good
called,
point.
that is called a lead magnet, is what that term is called, right? Because to get a lead, right, you are using a magnet, you're pulling them in, and that's what gets you to get the lead, right? And so you can get people, and there's a lot of art in form construction, right? You don't do big long forms, you don't ask for their social, you don't, just
Right.
first name, last name, phone number, email.
Right.
You can figure everything else out when you get on the phone,
Good.
right?
I like that.
Yeah, but we get you to fill out 1,000,000 forms. We just gotta, right? You just gotta give you something you want,
Yeah,
right?
right.
You won't fill out a commercial roofing form,
I
right?
don't think so, not
Yeah,
this week.
yeah. But if it was, hey, you get this free this, or I want you to see this, geez, I want that. Fill it out.
So on your site, do you have anything like that free? I mean,
Many, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like if on my coaching site, right? I have a bunch of things that I test all the time.
Okay.
I got a LinkedIn profile thing, I got an hours management thing, I got an executive strategy thing that people like, oh, I want that. Yeah, I'm sure you do.
So it's an article lots of times.
It's
Or
sometimes
some
it's
kind of information.
yeah. Look, people want information, right? And it's called mystery, right? People want to know what they don't know.
Yeah.
So you call it like, here's the 3 secrets to hiring a roofing company, right?
Yeah.
That word secret, you're like, oh, geez, I want to know a secret, right?
That's right.
Okay? Or I would say, hey, look, here's the 5 secrets to avoid when hiring an architect, right? And you'd be like,
That's a good one for you.
you know what I mean? And they just hear that
Important
word.
information, yeah.
Yeah, that's a secret. I'm just telling them. Right? That's super valuable, right? Now look, and then you give them good content. You put in there your 5 secrets, and maybe you bounce it off of some other people's information, so it's very authoritative, right? But geez, people here. I did a webinar a month ago that it was just called "The 3 Secrets Entrepreneurs Don't Realize." That was it. Had 150 people sign up. It was free.
The webinar.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah, I just put it on Facebook. I think I spent $35 of ads on Facebook to just give it to a bunch of people. Had 150 people sign up, and it was just on what are these 3 secrets?
Now, was that a recorded thing, or was it?
I recorded it. And now I
Do it live?
I did it live with them, but I recorded that session, and so
Okay.
now I run the webinar and it just plays the recording.
Yeah, okay.
And why do you do this?